So today we're going to be talking about aquaponics. Aquaponics is a symbiotic relationship between plants and fish, and aquaponics makes it possible to grow crops in places where it is historically difficult to grow crops. So, and we got this idea from, I'm going to mess this up, but we got it from Vanil Ratnakaran on YouTube. Except for in his video, he makes it a little bit bigger, and he uses a 5-gallon water bottle, but we're just using a 2-liter soda bottle. So we start with a whole one, like this, and this is a salad dressing top that we have previously poked holes into. Yeah, okay. So,
how'd you poke the holes?
Oh yeah, we poked the holes in it using a nail and a hammer, just hammering it. But you could also use a drill if you had a drill. But we just couldn't find one, so and so you take the 2-liter and you cut it about here. You just cut off the top part. And then so we did that, and then we got, so this is the bottom of it, and this is the top. So we cut that, then we spray painted this black so that the algae doesn't build up in it. And so the materials that we are using are scissors. So we're using scissors and a hot glue gun. And we already talked about, we used hammer, and we used this. It's called a crocodile, but it's just a huge hole puncher. And then we're going to use zip ties. And these are just some wooden paint stirrers from the store. We spray painted them black as well. And also duct tape. And nothing this over. And this is gravel, because this is a soilless. So the plant goes up in here, so it's gonna eventually sit like this. The plant goes up in here, so it's a soilless grow system. So there's no soil, so we use gravel, and this particular gravel is called it's Florida crushed coral, so it's shells and stuff like that. Uh-oh. Okay. And this, it's plugged in, but this is just a fountain pump. So what it does is it takes water. It's going to take water from in here where the fish are going to be, and it's going to put it in the top. So it's going to go like this, but it's going to curl into it, and it's going to water the plant with the fish water. So it's just a fountain pump. And we didn't like the tubing that it came with, so we bought new tubing. So this is just a half inch. So it's big. Okay. And then we use spray paint, which is just the no-name brand Walmart spray paint. I think that's everything. We're also going to be using a permanent Sharpie marker and a helix ruler. It's a T-square. So now that we got all that done, now we're going to talk about how to make the aquaponics grow reciprocal. receptacle. Receptacle. Okay. Now, so the first thing that we're gonna do is you have to like put these in here so that it can be drilled like this, so that it has some support so that this will stay up. And this is not dry. Anyway. So we have to measure, because we're going to do 4 holes in this top half of it.
It's not big enough.
Oh, okay. We're going to do 2 holes in this top half of it. And they're going to be, so you measure by going, so you measure this by going like, okay, this is really hard. So you go like this. You go to the inches side, which is, okay, I'm going to do this and come right back. Okay, so now we have, took the crocodile, and or the hole puncher, and we put holes in the bottle, but okay, so we put them in the paint stirrers first, 2 on the top, going vertically down, in the middle, going diagonally, and horizontally. Anyway, okay, and then we measured them up to the bottle to make sure they would work. And then we roughly put it together, like with the zip ties and everything, to make sure everything would fit. And this is how it's gonna go, pretty much, just like this. And we also did the same, measuring it up with the top, so we put holes in the top too. And we put 3 sets of holes in the top and 3 sets in the bottom. So now we're gonna put it together. Oh, we have to put the top in still, which is the salad dressing top that has the 6 holes in it. We have to put it down inside here so that the water is raised up a little bit, and it also drains back down so that the fish can get the water out of the plant. So we're just gonna hot glue it in.
Except the hot glue gun's not ready, so how about putting the zip ties in the bottom?
Okay. Hot glue gun's not ready, so we're gonna put the zip ties in the bottle now. So we're just gonna start with this one. And you just take your zip ties and you put it through the hole that's in the paint stirrer, and then you put it into the same hole in the bottle. Okay, so then you pull it all the way through the bottle and the paint stirrer, like this. So they're like stuck together now, and then you just take it and you bend it back through the other hole. Then you can try to even them out if you want. Okay, and we're not going to zip them until we get them all on, just to make sure everything works out well. So then we take the next one, and we do the same thing. So you put it through the first hole in the paint stirrer and in the bottle. Put all the way through so that it looks like this. The little end going inside the bottle. And then you put it through the other one. But you're not using 2 zip ties for both the holes, you're just using one, you're just looping it back through. Like
1 for each stick.
Yeah, so there's 1 for each stick. So it's right there. Okay. And now we just do the same to the last paint stirrer. Put it through the first hole, pull it all the way through, then put it back into the other hole. Like like this. And now we're just gonna zip them up, and then we're gonna trim off the excess. So you just put it through the little slot that's in the square part on the zip tie, and you just pull it through all the way so it's tight. And you take your scissors, and you take the end of it, like the excess, and you just clip it off. Okay, now you do the same to the other two. Pull it all the way through, tighten it, then clip off the excess. Last one, zip it up, pull it tight, clip off the excess. You might want to leave like a little bit of room though, so it doesn't like just come loose or something. Okay, and this is what it looks like right now. And now we're going to hot glue the cap inside the. Okay, so we're hot gluing this cap down, this side up, so it's like this side, top side, into it, like right above the hole.
Why?
So that it raises up the water, because the plant's gonna go, because the gravel's gonna go in here, then like the plant's gonna go in here, and then this will raise up the water approximately this much before draining it down into the fish. Okay. And then this also prevents overflowing. So we're just gonna do that. So I'm just gonna set the bottle top on to the table, and we're going to take the hot glue gun. And do we put it around the rim?
Not your fingers.
Okay, so then we're gonna take the hot glue gun and we're just gonna put glue around the rim of this.
You can put just a little to catch it, and then put it down in the top, and then do it around the outside edge to seal it.
Okay. So we're just doing a little bit around this, because this isn't like the major part. This is just so that it sticks, and you really have to pay attention to where you put this, because hot glue is kind of hard to get off. So then we take it, you have to do it really fast, and put it right. Then we put it down inside, like that. I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of bright. And then we take this and we just go around the outside of the cap that's glued in there now to make kind of like a little sealant thing. It's not really working all that well. You can take like the excess of this and just try to push some of the hot glue down into it to spread it out. So there you go, now it's all glued inside. And you can see like the light going, it's hot. Okay. So you can see like the light going through the little holes. And if it doesn't work that well like this, then you might want to put a few more holes in it, like with the drill or with the nail and the hammer. Yeah, okay. So now we're going to take this and we're going to put it up top, lining it up with the holes, and using zip ties. So then you take the zip tie and you put it through, I'm going to put it through the top hole first. You pull it all the way. Put it all the way in. And then you loop it back down. You loop it back down and into the bottom hole. That hole's kind of messed up, so we have to try to get it through. But yeah, and then you're just going to do the same thing you did for the bottle. You're basically just going to do on the top, and then you trim off the excess after. But don't trim off the excess on these until you already have them like zipped up and everything. So that you make sure you have enough room then you just pull it all the way through. Okay.
Not too tight to get the rest of them on.
As far as you can get them.
Not too tight.
I put it on the wrong one. So on the top, you have to make sure that you have them on the right one. Because, like, ours is kind of, like, 2 are closer than the other one. So you have to make sure that it's the same around here. So you have to put it so it goes on this one.
It's alright, you'll straighten it up as you get to it.
Okay. So then you just put it in the top one, go all the way through, move it back down into the bottom one, and pull it tight. And do the same thing with this one. Just put it in through the top, pull it all the way through, then you loop it back down into the bottom one, and pull it tight. And then you do the same thing with the last one, which if you did that, like, tighten everything, it should have worked out. Oh, you got to go in through the outside too, so like just to make them all easier.
Not so straight. You don't need them all tight. Now you can straighten it up, and then you just tie it so it's good.
Okay, so now, like, if it looks kind of funny, like that does, then you can just loosen them or like adjust stuff.
Yeah, and the weight of the water is going to change it too.
Yeah, so it's like, it might not look completely perfect right now, but once you get water in it and everything you need in it, it'll look a lot better. But now, like, once you've adjusted it and loosened parts that you need loosened and stuff, like I just did, you can take the zip ties and zip them up. Make sure not to make them too tight. And then come off the excess. And then after you do this, like if it doesn't look right or you tightened it too much or something, you can always just cut off the zip tie and do it over again. So just zip it up. Cut off the excess. Okay. Now you do the same thing with the last one. And this one I have to be careful with because I really loosened it. So you can't really. Okay. And this is what it looks like after you do that. And now you can make like a bigger zip tie by just putting a few together. Like this. And then you can use this and just adjust the bottom of it and stuff, like make it tighter so that it stands. So you just put that around there and just pull it tight. And you can adjust them as you do that. Okay. Just don't tighten it as far as you can at first, so you can adjust them as you go. Okay. And then you just trim off the excess. Okay. So now you can now you can put the pump in. Oh yeah, you do need the pump too. Like it's necessary so that you can put the water from in here where the fish are going to be up into the plant. So this part's going to go in here like this. And then the pump,
Just slide it in.
the pump is going to go in here. And you can use zip ties to secure this into there, which is what I'm going to need to do. So,
You may have to trim a little bit off. It's probably too long.
I think it is. You guys put it through this side too. So this is like really curly still because it was in like a curl when we got it, so it's gonna be kind of difficult.
Just cut some off. And more than that.
So we're gonna cut off about that much of it. So it's gonna look like that, but you can always use zip ties and just take it and wrap it around the tubing and the closest little paint stirrer, and then you can tighten it so it stays right there. Okay, now you can just trim off the excess of the zip tie. Careful not to cut anything else. Okay, so it's gonna look like that, and the pump has a plug-in, so it's gonna look like this. And I haven't exactly cleaned the gravel yet, but this is the gravel, so I'm gonna clean it, and then it goes inside here, and then the plant goes inside there, and then the fish go down in here. So I'm going to put some water in here and then turn on the pump so you can see it bring the water up and back down.
We'll see if it works.
Yeah, you see if it works. So you don't need that much water in it for this.
You have to cover the pump.
Yeah, so you don't need that much water, you just need to cover the pump. So about there. And then you take our little switch and you turn it on. There you go! It works! So as you can see, the pump brings it up, puts it in here, and then this fills a little bit with water.
To give the roots water.
To give the roots water. And we're going to need to poke some more holes in it because it's filling still.
No, it's going down.
It fills more though, and it's coming out of the holes. So, yeah, we're going to need to put more holes in it to make sure that it drains properly, but yeah, that's pretty much how you do it. And I wanted to tell you that it's going to blow on me. Okay, so I just wanted to tell you that this makes it so that the plants give, okay, now the fish, like waste and gunk and stuff, it gives the plants food and nutrients, and in return the plants give the fish clean and oxygenated water that comes out of down here. That's what's dripping down. And you do have to feed the fish though, because the plants do not give the fish food. So, thanks for watching. Bye!